Hey dudes, I've got 2 blasters to open up for you today. And actually it's really 3 because this is a 2-pack. So this is the Dart Zone Tri-Fire 2-pack. And this is the Nerf Micro Thunder Crash. So let's first talk about the Nerf Fortnite Micro Thunder Crash. This is based off the harvesting tool right here that I think Dark Bomber uses. When I first look at it, it reminded me of kind of the color that my Fortnite Galaxy skin looked like, which actually Dark Bomber kind of looks like too. So this is basically a micro shot, and let's go ahead and open it up and check it out. So what you get is the blaster and 2 Nerf Fortnite Elite darts, which are basically the Nerf Elite darts in the Fortnite color scheme. So this is pretty cool looking, and it's kind of a translucent purple up on the top because I can see through it and see my hand through it. So this is basically like, you know, any one of your other micro shots, and it's basically kind of like a Jolt reskin. And you've got the priming T-bar handle on the bottom, and you pull it down to prime and push the trigger here to fire. So the way you use this is you load the dart from the front. That wasn't good. Let's try it again. Load the dart from the front. I don't know, maybe I've got a defective one. Okay. Maybe I've got to pull it down first, then load it, then shoot. From what I remember, it shouldn't matter if you put the dart in or not to be able to prime the blaster. Interesting, it's not doing that. Maybe this is a lemon, bros. Nope, I got it. I guess I just wasn't pulling hard. All right, so it's pretty simple, and that's about it, bros. Before we chrono this, let's go ahead and take a look at the Tri-Fire. So what you get with the Tri-Fire is 2 blasters, 6 darts, and maybe a target or something. It kind of looks like that on the packaging. It says that it shoots up to 80 feet, so hopefully that will do that. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and open it up. First, I want to say that I thought there were targets included with the packaging, but I was incorrect about that. I misread it. Okay, so we get 2 blasters and 6 darts, like I've said previously. Now this is kind of interesting looking, the way the trigger and the priming handle is. This is a circle and this is whatever, but you pull it down like that, and then your trigger is this little ring. And also, I just noticed that when you prime the blaster, the barrels spin like this. See? It's kind of like a micro shot, but it has 3 shots instead of 1. I think Nerf makes a tri-strike, which is basically like this. And I don't think the dart or the barrel configuration is like this. I think they're in a line, and they've kind of got the what do they call that? The smart air restrictor system, which knows which dart to shoot, whereas this one has the rotating barrel. Okay, bros, the type of darts that these blasters came with are these waffle tip or waffle style tip darts, as you can see here. So let's go ahead and chrono these. Now when you put the darts in the barrel, you have to push them all the way in. There's a little bit of a resistance. It seems like it's too tight, but you can push them all the way down, like that. All right, let's go ahead and chrono this. 71.1, 78.5, 70.7, 67.7, 73.5, 69.8. So the low was 67.7, the high was 78.5, and the average was 71.8. So around 70, 71, 72-ish. So that's pretty powerful for this little blaster. And I think that's actually more powerful than your standard Nerf N-Strike Elite power. So now let's chrono this one. 47.1, 46.1, 47.6, 46.9, 48.5, and 48.9. So the low was 46.1, the high was 48.9, and the average was 47.5. And that's lower than I expected. Maybe the average, if I did it more, would bump up to about 50, but still that's lower than I wish that this blaster would be. Let's go ahead and field test these blasters.
Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing an accuracy test by shooting the target. And first, I'm going to start with the Nerf Fortnite blaster. Okay, so this is not a very good gun slash blaster. For one, aiming is not easy at all, because you hold it like this, and the barrel is like this, So aiming doesn't really make sense. It shoots way high. When I was aiming for the head, I was aiming here, and it shot up there. So sometimes when you shoot it, the power varies. Alright, now I'm shooting this one. I'd say that this one is better than the other one because one, the barrel is actually aligned with the sights, so you can actually aim better. And you get two of them, which is pretty cool. It's pretty accurate, but I'd say the only thing that's kind of annoying is sometimes it shoots way too hard, and sometimes it just doesn't shoot hard enough.
Hey bros, now I'm going to do a long-range accuracy test by shooting at drift over there that's about 40 feet away. First I'll use the Fortnite blaster, then I'll use the Dart Zone blaster. Now I'm going to do a long-range distance test by shooting at that garage over there that's about 60 feet away. First I'll use the Fortnite blaster, then I'll use the Dart Zone blaster. Alright dudes, so here are my final thoughts about these blasters. First, let's start with the Fortnite blaster. It looks cool, and if you're really into Fortnite or you like collecting micro shots, then I recommend it. The problem I have with it is, one, the dart angles upward, and I feel like it should angle at least straight or even maybe downward, but most importantly straight. So when you're aiming your blaster, you have to kind of tilt your blaster down to be firing straight. And that's kind of annoying. Second thing is this trigger is super sensitive. So when you're priming the blaster, you kind of either got to move your finger out of the way up here, or you've got to prime it like this, because if it's barely touching it, then it's not going to prime. See, like that. You've got to kind of really make sure you're out of the way. And I'm not sure if that's a trigger problem or what. The Dart Zone blaster. This is a pretty good blaster. It has decent range, it has decent accuracy. I like that it has 3 rounds, so this could be something that's really great for a secondary in a Nerf war. It's small, you can put it in a pocket. You could even make it a third pistol that it's so small. And last, with this trigger ring, you can do this. And that's cool. All right, bros, it's shout out time. The first shout out goes to Johan Zedrix Padilla. The next shout out goes to Jaden Vlogging 342. The next shout out goes to Brianna the Bird. The next shout out goes to Clark Daniel Rizzo. The next shout out goes to Gabriel Cisneros. The next shout out goes to Jesus Villarreal. The next shout out goes to Lance Matthew Canlas. The next shout out goes to Ant Gamer Here No. The next shout out goes to Lloyd G. The next shout out goes to Kize Hospedales. The next shout out goes to XYB Conte. The next shout out goes to Gabriel's World. The next shout out goes to It's Gavin Zedrix. The next shout out goes to Fernando Grebe. The next shout out goes to Sanex. The next shout out goes to Miles In. The next shout out goes to Sunny Salonga. The next shout out goes to Frankie Garcia. The next shout out goes to Nerf Fan. The next shout out goes to Car That Hit Bindi. The next shout out goes to Alabama Fan. The next shout out goes to 2 of 4 Plays. The next shout out goes to Hector Lucero. The next shout out goes to Derica123. The next shout out goes to BBC Lord. The next shout out goes to Yen Nguyen. The next shout out goes to SBSP TLH South Park Lego Ninjago and Monkey Kid Fanatic 2004. The next shout out goes to Sam the Milligram. The next shout out goes to Bruh 2.0. The next shout out goes to Noob Galaxy 101 Forever Boy. The next shout out goes to Elijah Studios. Hey bros, if you want a shout out, then go to the community tab on our channel and go to the most recent post and type I want a shout out. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell. Be happy, peace out.